Nali genze ne mugamba nti kankwambulire mwengo yotegeere. You are not fighting a human being.
Wow.
So stop fighting me. Stop fighting me. If I hear anybody that koboyo since nkutuma nkubba. Since nabadde ngobba mukama wenga akuteka ko jango butu ku mutwe. Undermine me again. You will see a lunatic in Kamwing. Those are my resolutions.
Tandike. Nature nakunti ekinebaza katwanti wa surviving zobutwa.
I have survived 5 times kati babadde baze ku cheya poison. Tintule ku ntebe. Through the honest. What crime have I committed to you? If I'm wrong, if I'm a mad man, how come that you are reforming from stealing government money to, and when you don't transform and you take your abusuma to that new outfit of what a think tank, I will again demolish you.
Oh, wow. Kuyakatweka chako munangi kanyongera kwaniriza ku STV
no reconciliation. No surrender.
Simon Christmas kanyera katandike neze mboze zabadde wiki wedde onako kutwana n'omukuku naye olunaku olwokusatu mukulu Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu era nga ye president wa NUP ekibiina ekito ekyasinza obutwano mu ggwanga yakwatibwa side ze yeeruuka mukuku navaagizaako kyogera ebyaddako kwali kwekalakaasa Uganda yonna kuba ebitundu bya Uganda ebisinga. Yes, wenjagala tutandikire Mzee Tamale. What is our take home from these riots?
Let me tell you.
And what did we learn?
There are 3 issues. Only 3 issues. One, Nakugandi Museveni is a myth. These people, bobanga tutegedde virus bwekwata. Dr. Mwanje, I'm developing a virus. You should lie. You should lie your head in shame. How can you develop a vaccine when you cannot produce a syringe?
But I think we should give them the benefit of doubt.
Any disease, if you don't know how you contract it, you cannot provide a cure. Politics is like a medicine. Museveni's opponents have failed, including his close friends, don't understand Museveni. Nakusomera ku what bitisize ti Museveni iri okusifa.
Museveni
is a patient man. Museveni uses reverse psychology. Reverse psychology operates on 2 principles.
1.
Reverse psychology nkutega ekintu noloza nti gwekifuna muganze nkifuna.
Wow.
It requires a highly genius person.
That's how he operates.
Kakati, how does Museveni operate? How does he defeat his opponents? Because he looks far and he does not change his goal, objectives. He can change the methodology, but the objective remains the same. Kakati bano chebatamanyi nti balinga bana basajja badde banoonyesa abakuba ekipiira. Parliament enacted a law that merged the old election law that gave people freedom to canvass support with the Health Act by Parliament. Bobi Wine sits in the Parliament, Museveni does not sit in the Parliament. We the writers, we shall write about Nankabirwa as a person who destroyed this party NRM. There is a new law. When Museveni is fighting his enemies, he refers them to the relevant institutions. Like he does when it causes trouble, okay, you could hold the other military people, you go to the court martial. When he was civilian, there must be an already existing law. Reverse psychology. That's why Museveni has problems with the police.
So how would you relate that to the
police? Does not have a police marshal. They only have a disciplinary committee, which is toothless. Kati Museveni mumukwatako. Kakati baakola etteeka ba Bobi Wine mu Parliament, which curtailed freedoms of addressing rallies. Bobi nyini be bali kolanga takuteeyo. Neriyita. Teri rallies. Kakati bache baakola ba mafia batula mu meeting yaabwe. Bagamba nti Museveni atukozesezza written apology handwritten like this man force these rascals obujozi jozo obonakana yakali nnyo ku mutwe bwati vomit my man n'entwe yaako n'obusuma bwako bwonna
ninga SSM
ebizimbe yabimuwadde byonna byayina abadde alina kyazimba kuno nokugamba ojja kwokya kalooli ekkongo okwo mulenzi gwe bwotalivaako you end up ng'oli ku mikimu gya kalooli ekkongo n'enkimu ebizimbe yabitutte kakati nkugamba ti ba Bobi Wine bazanyira ku Museveni naye ng'etteeka yalikola dda. Museveni is only undoing nti abantu tebabimanya.
Naye ate kuno bambadde bamukwatidde lwa kumenya ki biragiro bya Minister of Health.
Anti wulira anti lyetteeka lyerimu. You don't address public rallies. Restrict yourself to 200 people. Kakati Bobi Wine kyataategeera nti bamafiya ba Museveni nga bwe nawandiika wano bagamba we must involve ourselves in the campaign. Bayina abantu babwe bagala okugenda mu parliament. Some of declared themselves presidential candidate. What country is this? Kyobula baleeta buno mbu ye lwalijja oyo talira na kutongole wano yadde obwala sibamu bani bamu the most hated person in Uganda at his early age. It is very terrible to be hated. Sira to Uganda when you are young, where will you go? At one time he remarked, are we going to eat snakes in China? Yes, you will eat snakes. Because if we create trouble here, you will be forced to China. Or to remain in a human issue. They will put you in a human issue. No, that's one point. This man was violating an election law. But he didn't know that the mafia gang who wants to involve themselves in the elections were encouraging him. I told you that some of abamu kubemulaba munkungana za Bobi Wine NRM ne bakwata NRM ne babambaza t-shirt nti naye nabo violating stupidly. If Museveni says tuyina COVID-19 wali I have two medical doctors they are telling me figures. The figures are alarming.
More than what we see.
Badayana yazibba ne mulamu we nabana abalala.
Tujja tukawa mu maaso katono.
Naye COVID wali
kitufu wali.
Ate wano kyatana bakutta. Wano tana bakutta ba medics banji. In Kenya medics are dying. They have asked the government to insure them.
Actually, they're thinking of a second lockdown.
Yes. Kenya abatta na wano wali naye babba sente emmere ne bagiteekamu ettaka ate nga
COVID tugenda kituuka
abikola waabwe
ngabikola waabwe ensonga ya Bobi Wine ekibuzo ekiriwo kikino muzeita
he was violating a law. Look okumanya abasajja bajinga nnyo. Look Baby Cool needs only to adhere to COVID rules. Bobi Cool, if handled by an intelligent man like me, Baby Cool, you only get yours, your problem is yours. And Baby Cool has a percentage, not for Bobi Wine.
For what?
Popularity in Bavubuka. Anti-music kati yali ati play. Yes, because they don't discuss real issues. Bobi Cool yalikoze ekintu kyekimu nga muyita ba leaders 12 mu buli district n'aboogereramu. Tebamuwa sente sayina sente. When I heard that Bobi Cool had no security at home, I asked my friends in the security to provide the security for his home. Tebamubala. Busuma babbi bajje mbuwe. Ulaba somebody can think of put Don is your dog. I know it. How can you think that a man who has not worked with you for 8 years, did you invite me in COVID? Did you invite me in locusts? What type of heads do you have, these arrogant boys, that I can sit with you? I said when Museveni told me to go to president's office, he was inciting me to kill Tumwebas. The man was killed my political career and work under him. Rinda mbenyondo mwaso omutwe. Kakati nkubuli nkugamba. To Bobi Wine, we are good day. The Americans were very tough and specific. Charge this man before court. He was charged before court. And I heard that now discipline prevails. Why do you stop? First of all, why do you preach to the already converted? When people come to see you on the way, it means that they are your supporters or the Chirolo. So you look at the statistics. what percentage of Chirolo is this? Two, I told you, Bobi Wine yagenda waliwo problem omulenzi ono yagenda creating anga yakaloba president. The Museveni's problems rotate around 4 people inside his palace. People genda banyuka wano neno mafia gang. Kakati Bobi Wine has lost. 2, when you analyze the way they organize themselves, many people, why do you think that prominent people died? These prominent people died. Why? Because Ugandans forgot about government. Abantu bali ku private sector. Kasita yatukolera omulimu mulungi ennyo neggaza amaduuka. Abantu ne bategeera nti bw'ogala edduuka omuyindi akubanja. Ugandans will work even on Christmas.
So they woke up.
They woke up. That's why these people who were killed, most of them by spray bullets. Ate mpulira bajinga. Bakuba live bullets. Did the parliament provide the money to buy rubber bullets? Bajinga kabisa.
Rubber bullets weziri. Na nalonze nako biji.
Ziriwa.
Weziri.
Yanti mchikole muteka. Because we call it the Riot Act. That a policeman comes and reads the Riot Act. If under this section of law, if you don't move from this place, in 20 minutes, I will use maximum force.
IGP yakyogera kuna from ya manyu n'abagamba katona from ya sasi
soko ninga ne bano bambi abafa bagamba nti police bwene nejja netukiriya lingira. That was basically a strategy. Tibesi yalumbanga goons working places, markets na
busy centers
for one purpose. Nabagamba nti mumbeera ku mizigo ng'omwana akaba taata we tasobola mugulira mata. What you do muvemu mukwana omukazi mugulira omwana amata mwebaka ubali locate. Kakati the strategy is, if Ugandans who are working in these working places see that the government cannot contain the rioters, they will join the rioters to overthrow a weak government. This is strategy. That's why they take it. 3, intelligence stakeholder. You know Besigye. Look at the character of Besigye. Whenever there is a big function in Uganda, Besigye finds excuses to stage strikes.
Yes.
Besigye, President Museveni yasweyalinga bali president bamugambye Entebbe nti Kenya Airways eganye okuleeta Besigye. N'abaga nti lwaki? Nti anti waliwo emikolo wano. Museveni n'abagamba we fought for freedom. That Uganda has remained in Kenya because we have functions here. Let's bring Besigye on Kenyans allow the Kenyan Airways to bring Besigye. Arrive at the airport, drive home. Besigye violated Museveni's hospitality. Yalimira kubayita ababiri. Besigye's group penetrated bakube emmotoka z'abakulembeze. Museveni abaali Kololo naenda boyo omukyala. Kyala bwe babaleetanga mu State House ne bayigizanga political science. Akero n'atwala akapapula wa president. Your Excellency, shift the luncheon from Entebbe to International Conference Center. Nategeera onawedde. That Besigye can force Museveni, the president of Uganda. All of the cards have been distributed. What's the change? Of which are in control? Museveni drove to Entebbe. Besigye motoka yazikuba amayinja. I was summoned by a Nigerian court to defend the head of their ESO why they allowed their president to come to Uganda. Lwakiti yababulira nti Uganda ejja kuba kolaki?
Ejja kuba violent. Ne
tufuna Chogamu. They fought to Chogamu. The side kusendeza Chogamu. The same mafia ganga yazibba. The same group yabba sente. Bali yanga mputa buli kamba kabba. And they think they can suffocate others, intelligent people like me. I kill you. Kakati nga bakugamba nti olwaleero Commonwealth against Canada budgeted South Africa. At one time Museveni told the then Secretary General Mackinnon, if you shift Commonwealth to another country, I will sue you and we pay the costs. We have invested here heavily. That's the message. era oyo Makinoni arriving at Entebbe a few days before the Queen is arrived. Yagenda okulaba ng'oluguudo balukoze bubi nga mayinja kakuba emmotoka n'abaga nti Queen tajja kujja. Ababbi abaali mu works ne bakwatirawo yengeni y'abagonza. I fought for him, he's back, he doesn't pick my phone. Bagonza does not pick my phone. I fought for him. Bamukwata agenda n'Entebbe to make it dramatic as they do to humiliate you. One day you pay heavy price. Besigye ne tufuna an international parliamentary conference Kadaga yagireta abantu 10,000 Besigye yajja mu kibuga akole mayhem.
Eni aliwo makogwe.
Bamukwata bukwasi, his car was towed. Ngali mu kibuga era zekola mayhem. President Museveni was invited to make a key address in Kenya. Besigye picked an excuse. Uyu mutabani we namukuba namufuiti amufuyidde. Besigye n'agenda Kenya. We arrived in Kenya a day before. Nga TV za Kenya zonna ziliko Museveni kwisha. Omenye ebintu ebivunde.
What is the motive behind that?
He does not want to give Museveni. Besigye is carrying a personal vendetta against Museveni.
Is Bobi Wine becoming a replica of that?
President bwatuuka mu conference, a hired fool stood up. Your Excellency, do you think you have the moral authority to address this August conference when one of your leading opposition leader is in Nairobi, came here as a blind man? Abantu bamulagira fuluma, get out. President yabagamba nti if that man wants to know about Uganda, let him stay here. Museveni addressed these people for 3 hours, non-interpreted, on power, energy. It was a conference for executives of people involved in it. Basically, Museveni bambuza, will you have time to go and visit Besigye in the hospital? Museveni yabagamba. He decided to come to Nairobi. We have hospitals in Uganda. I have not that time.
Wow. Very bright.
Ekitegeeza singa oyina intelligence kakati lwaki bakoze strike. Then we have new important representatives in Uganda. The British High Commissioner, we have a new British High Commissioner, we have a new American ambassador. They had to stage it.
Kambuzemu omwaka ogwedde webakwatira I think 2018 webakwatira Bobi Wine mu Arua balaba ekyaliwo almost countrywide waliwo okwekalakaza kati kyembuuza kino ekyabadde eruuka ab'ebyokwenda tebakibanize nti banakwata Bobi Wine there's going to be another riot.
Lwakuba tebabibabuulira bagende ne bawayiriza omu ku bapolitician beeruwuukya nti yakikoze olusuku talina n'ennyumba teriyo.
Awe tuli kati saawa zino
anti kankubuulire nakugenda nti Museveni uses reverse psychology. Museveni lures his enemies to come out of their snake, to come out. You lure the snakes to come out of the kuba kakati abatestinze n'amanya muzito waki kati abategedde muzito waki yabategedde kubanga you don't know. Nze nagamba nti if I get a chance maybe in the future governments to be in education, political science, logic
must be a must.
Propaganda must be a must. If you don't have those elements, first of all, let me tell you, what is a state? People don't understand the state. A state does not negotiate. A state was given coercive forces. Kugolola tumba. That's what the Bagandas say. A state cannot negotiate with the Ugandan.
Is Bobi Wine dealing with the state?
Yeah, anti-law. Ate mu ICC babalimbira bwerere. ICC cannot take a policeman who is enforcing the law. Nekigamba ne Kayihura. Nti ni Kenya eyali akulya Inspector General Police Ali General Ali baga nomutwale Hague. As long as he was doing his work enforcing the law tatwalibwa Hague. Abapolisi bamukba amasemu nembatisa tebasoma international relations. ICC cannot touch on a person who is enforcing the law. Ekyo Tumukunde yali akimanyi. Tumukunde bagamba iso okutta babbi yagala. Yaga give me an instrument that will insulate me in the future. Kayanja akuba gafula. Wanu denga government enevudde ko bakwata Kayanja. Wanu denga government evudde ke bakwata yo command of land forces. Yakuba lubiri lwa mumbe. Abantu bonna bashayinzaawe ye yavayo mu nashambulia gwe because of his limited knowledge. That's why omuntu yabadde ambuuza naye gwe lwaki tobikola ebyo bano abakalakala ne muntu ne mugamu educated have been shaped by future nalaba government ya mini neya UPC ne bano bajja kugenda bano bajooga abantu be basinga akabinja ako kamafiya ganga ke kasinga abanubbi amaanyi ke kasinga abakyoli amaanyi and the international tibalina gye balaga wano bali wano kakati bali gundi wano they are hostages.
After that ebigambo byayogerwa muzeyitama
state tezanyirwako. If there emerges a person who is more powerful than a state, then the state has seized it. Siringa fwe ewaka
omuntu omu bw'abeera ng'alina
neba group
nga gasinga ga
state nga you flout state rules kati ebeewambiddwa kuba state must control its borders, a state must be a monopoly on violence, a state must establish law and order. Batugamba nga nti omwana tasitama ku mmere nga taata we waali naye tadoba olulagala bwe lwakubanga tadoba nga tusitamako naye eddeko ogisitameko eya mirundi entebe ye yali emu nemmeeza nga yaliira ku mmeeza yekka akusange ng'ogituddemu okwate ku mikalabanda gye. Yes, that's a state. Kakati mulo okuba temutegeera state mulowooza nti state negosekamba buuli mwe temutegeera nabaga nti ekyuma bwolaba.
Does that explain the brutality yabaddewo?
Once a state is threatened, ate nuclear weapons zaki. Nuclear weapons, countries are allowed to use nuclear weapons.
Olinga kakatiriza ebigambo bya Minister wa Security.
He's honest. If I read the Riot Act and you don't go, have you ever seen riot police escorting Bagole? Yes. Once you see the riot police, once you see military police, in the political logic they tell you, once you see the military on the street, the situation has gone beyond the logic. Run away.
So police have
once you see military police.
To what extent is the military police supposed to come out?
Anti-irasizoti y'eggwanga. Police bakwata na bugu. Abatraffic tebalina mundu mbakuba empi. Kati once you see the military patrolling the streets, martial law, kati muli kumateeka ka ntalo
kufana kuona
akatali declared a sensible man run away. Kakati bano aba Uganda ekibi kyabwe president kyalina okuadressing ti abasajja bano baagala okukola nalabye bino abamonitor bye bafuba ebyobusiru. He did this to incite the population. Are people dying for the first time? Why you have not investigated all of this?